Why do you have so many millions of people uninsured? Because the health industry is a business. And if it's not profitable, they're not going to do it.
Mike Honda has seen some of the worst of America, but he's also risen to the highest levels of power. Held in a Japanese internment camp as an infant, he was elected to Congress in 2000 and served for 16 years. Honda lost his re-election bid last November, and on his way out, he was very candid about some of the things Congress gets wrong and how that looks to the rest of the world.
They come here and says, the wealthiest country in the world, you spend more money than we do, and yet you get less services.
Is it money, greed, business interests that are often preventing these progressive policies?
It's politics, the politicians who succumb to these kinds of rationale. And sometimes they're doing it against the very interest of their own people.
Is that a modern phenomenon? Is that a product of the two-party system?
No, it's not a product of two-party. It's a product of politics, and influence.
That's the age-old conflict of profit over people. And speaking of conflict, Honda is particularly sensitive to kids in conflict zones. The last bill he introduced in Congress was a proposal to take in Syrian children fleeing the war in their own country.
It's tailored to say that families who elect to have their children, 3 to 10, be sent here, or orphans, to be under our care is a no-brainer. In terms of vetting them for national security, that should be almost come here, hug them, and then pass them through.
The bill is called the Save the Children Act, and although Honda knew it wasn't going to pass in his final days on the Hill, he's hoping progressives in the next Congress will pick it up.
I don't really like too much putting a bill in for a message, but it's an important message.
And there's another message here. Honda thinks the resistance among both the public and some of his colleagues to letting Syrian refugees into the US actually speaks volumes about today's America.
Those individuals came out of refugee programs.
As we reported last night, many Americans are angry.
It's kind of a damning criticism of our own country and of our own citizenship, I guess. One is, most people don't pay attention to what's going on. Two, the number of minutes that we expose people on TV and the media, I'd be surprised if we had 30 seconds that we ever mentioned children, refugee, orphans in Syria. We're the most powerful country, and we're acting as if we didn't know, or we're acting powerless. But we don't have to be powerless. We can act on our initiative and our sense of charity, our sense of compassion that we have for youngsters and children. That's what happens when you have people running in Congress who forgot their immigrant, who forgot their past.
Well, you certainly don't seem like you have.
Can't let it.
You yourself have a personal experience that maybe many people don't have on a personal level. I mean, does it factor into your work?
It factors in that I know what government can do that is bad. That I can set aside the rights and constitutional rights of a whole group of people in the name of national security. When the Japanese Americans fought for our apology from our government and sought reparations, a lot of people said, oh, it won't happen again. Nonsense. It can happen again because the permission is still there.
What would you like to see change?
Very quickly, the Patriot Act. It's a permission to set aside everything, to be able to invoke national security as a reason for setting aside individual citizens and non-citizens too, their rights to due process. We invoked national security all the way back to 1775. We invoked national security in 1942 when they sent me to camp under Executive Order 9066. We just have to make sure that our moral compass, our policy compass is the Constitution, and understand history and what his history has done when we don't pay attention.
Do you think our president-elect understands that?
I think he's a smart guy. I don't know whether it's in his realm of experience. But I'm a school teacher. I always believe people can learn.
That was a very diplomatic answer.
I know. I want to give him a little bit more time because, But like I said before, having said that, we have to prepare for the worst.